I think when we say mental health, what we're really describing is emotional health. And when we say mental health, it hides the true root causes of most people's issues behind this more PC veneer, because we don't like to deal with emotions, because emotions are scary, and most of us don't grow up with even the vocabulary to describe our feelings.
You're right with regard to the euphemisms that people use with regard to all this, and it's become a very common buzzword now in industry to talk about mental health. It is the old wine in new bottles.
Mhm.
Um, People need to understand that human beings are connected species. We need to be connected. The real disease of the pandemic was that we were beset by a disease that made human connection dangerous. Common acts of human connection, a hug, a handshake, sitting 3 feet away from each other, talking and sipping a cup of coffee, all of that became fraught with danger. And as a result, we really found ourselves at a loss as to how to exist as human beings. Because without connection, we just wither and die. And it is because of this lack of connection that, so even this so-called pseudo connectivity of social media is actually depriving us of real connection and real vulnerability. And um, the there is an overpowering need for people to rediscover the ability to be vulnerable to each other and authentic and vulnerable at the same time. Um, and there are not enough people and enough occasions for that kind of dialogue to happen. Every now and then, when you find a person who's capable of being a space that allows for that kind of connection, you will automatically find people flocking to that person, because it's almost as if there's a beacon, there's a million watt searchlight above that person's head, announcing to the world that, hey, come, this here ye shall find sanctuary. But
Mhm.
but that is essentially what mm, accounts for a person's magnetism. Um,
Interesting.
when you have somebody who walks into a room and everyone flocks to them, and you say, oh my God, that guy is so magnetic, and you will, if you look closely, you will find that that person's magnetism comes out of his ability to be a space where people automatically connect. And if you do that, then what happens is those people who connect will experience health, because health is nothing but harmony. When there is no conflict between the portions of your being, when between your inner and outer being, between your action and your intention, when there are no conflicts in those components of your being, then there is health. Health is basically a conflict free existence. Whether you measure that conflict free state at the level of a physical chemical in your body, or a physical structure, or a physical molecule, or you experience it in the state of an emotional experience that there is no conflict, in all versions of health, it is the conflict free state that really exists.
The absence of conflict.
Yes. And in the absence of conflict, there is completion, there is fullness. There is no lack. And because of that, you experience expansive being. You experience freedom.